said, it's you, so I never think about hiding your identity.
All right, I'm gonna grab my dongle. If you need help, say something on the radio. All right.
Okay, listen, if you need help grabbing your dongle, you let me know, and Judd can help you.
You wanna grab my dongle for me?
That's why I said Judd can help you.
You say you
just
wanna
let
grab
me
my
know.
dongle
You
for
just
me? Is
let
that what
me
you say,
know
Charles?
I can get Judd on the task, okay?
I am flattered.
I'm bricked up.
Why didn't he just say come to the thing?
Oh, they're up there. Oh, God. Hi. What the fuck is going on?
There's a fucking robber. Get out the car now. Get out the car. Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Get out of the car.
Okay.
Out of the car. Put your
Okay.
fucking hands up now.
Yeah.
Hands up.
They're
Hands
up.
up.
They're up already.
Hands up.
They're up already.
Hands up right now, boys. Drop 'em.
Put your fucking hands
Drop 'em.
up.
Okay,
Boys,
they're
drop
up.
'em.
Yeah.
Drop 'em.
Oh my
Fuck.
God,
Fuck
this
that
is the
motherfucker.
most devious of licks.
God
I
damn
told you it was the Craigslist killer.
This is a fucking reverse robbery, boys. Hit him with the money. Hit him with the
Throw the
fucking
money. Throw the money.
Hit him
What
with the
the
fucking
fuck?
money. Hit him. Hit these motherfuckers,
See?
man.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks
Here
for
you
the $100.
go.
No.
Here you go, man.
Yeah,
Thank
get
you.
the
Figure we're
house.
gonna give you
Some
this
other
for a little
shit,
How
man.
about
supply.
this and this?
Ow.
Thank you, guys.
Put the ground. You're gonna need this.
I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
I put some more stuff on.
Yo,
you,
what's
too.
going on, guys?
Check your
Oh,
pockets, boys.
what
Check
the
your fucking
fuck?
pockets, man.
Is this someone trying to marry me?
No, we just got extra stuff.
Back on the
And it's
ground.
St.
Okay.
Patrick's Day, so we're doing dumb shit.
Oh, well, hey, I
Enjoy
appreciate
it.
you guys
Oh,
you just missed that?
reverse robbing us.
I got a
Oof.
tire kit.
All right, well, hey, man,
Take it
hopefully
easy,
you guys didn't
guys.
get too hurt on the
God,
fall.
you
That
guys
was pretty
running
cool
around.
looking. Thank you guys for the robbery.
Alright, back to jail.
Possible. You know, me and you have still have a pretty clean contract, or pretty clean resume, you know? I get to work. Me and Judd usually have a pretty good track record together. Just bring the luck out of each other, I guess. I don't know. Got that good luck when we do jobs with each other. We'll see if it continues. Okay, we have a good head start into the north, so it's good. I lied. You don't have a head start anywhere. How you doing, J-Man?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you feeling comfortable on it already, or?
I haven't missed one, but I don't think I'm finding them really fast, but I'm not finding them slow either. Doing okay.
That's a tree. Tree? Man, I just planted that.
Your mom's a tree.
Chat. 69s and chat if we going back.
Play.
1Gs if we getting away.
Alright. Let's see. Not us. It was the guys. They went straight. They kept going straight. Guys, they kept going down the highway. Alright, well. We didn't stall. Light tap. So we're still chilling.
Pull westbound, Dave. Keep the point.
You doing your thing. You're doing good, brother. What?
I can't find this one.
what's up? We're running from cops right now. We're on the A+ boost.
That's the first one I've had that wasn't symbols.
Really? You finally got a normal one?
Yeah.
Think we got away for now?
Alright, let's get this thing off, then we're good to go.
Okay, well, things not all the way off. Actually, someone's on this stuff. Barely, though. Alright. I'll try to gun north as quick as I can here.
Last 8 seconds.
This is backside. Oh, no, that's pretty good stall right there. I'm not really honest, though. If you just bang out 3 in a row, we might be okay here.
Tracker removed.
You got the mark, or can you not mark?
I can't mark it, but it's over by the military base. The gun store.
So north of us?
Nah, it's gonna be directly west.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Marked it.
Okay, go one more time on this.
Just kind of messing around, running in with this gun I got from some guy I killed yesterday.
Should have laid low for a little bit longer. Exactly what I was looking for there. This guy's trying to beat me up. And we have 2 stalls. We're one more stall from smoking. Yo.
You alright?
Yeah, we just got some cops on us trying to get a boost out. Okay, I
Cops
think.
still on you?
Yeah, we have. They keep getting back on us. I've lost them a couple times already, so I'm hoping to do it one more time.
You heard Charles?
Yeah, I'm not in the city. I'm up north past the Harmony. I didn't hear what else you said after that.
Alright, I'm coming up
Oh,
there.
yeah, I think the cop may have crashed.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna fly down Route 68. Can you meet me over, like, west side Route 68 by military base? And I'll give you, like, a closer ping when you get over closer. Just call when you get close.
Alright. I'm on the radio though.
Oh, actually, I'm right. Okay, I'll tell you what. Give me your ping. I'll ping you.
I'm just realizing now I didn't bring any extra ammo. I forgot. I don't think I had much to bring anyway. Wow. I'm so good. I'm assuming they're gonna come in here.
Their exact location.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, you want any requests from jail? You want any requests from jail? Bobby's coming to help you, is he?
Wait, I don't know what you just said.
Bobby's on the way. I'll see you in a few months, bro.
Alright, man, later. He's hammered. Anto's hammered. I'm glad he's having a good time, man. Anto's a good dude. I like him. I always enjoy myself hanging around.
Yo.
We got 227 Genie for that jet, so we made our money back. So we gotta pay back
Really?
Chody real quick with 40. Let me call Chody and see what he's
227 G.
giving me. A plus boost.
No one, huh? Cool. Power's on, I'm assuming. Yeah. Where's metal besides the escalators? GG. Fuck. How is he not dead, dude? Seriously. How is that dude not fucking dead? I shot him so many times. Apparently I only got 5 hit count, but what the fuck? Seriously. Like, I was wearing fucking night vision in the daytime, though. I never seen that before. Alright. On like another shitty kit. This one will do. Kind of shitty gun could I use here? The 300 blackout I'm kind of sick of, to be honest. Probably not gonna use that. What could I use? Maybe this. What's the condition of this thing? Yeah, I'll use this. Just gotta put a shitty silencer on it. Those guys were so fucking easy to kill too. I just fucked up because there was a scav, and I thought it was another one of them. So I tried to put myself away from the guy that was just straight up walking into the fucking store, and it ended up being a fucking scav, and I didn't know it until they turned and shot at him. I turned and shot at him and realized it was a scav, and then the other dipshit that was on the window side turned in and shot me a couple times. And that's when I realized I fucked up. I should have fucking just not worried about that guy. It is what it is, though. Let's do a 4th one. I gotta make sure it's all M80s in this, because I'm not bringing anything better than that. There we go. Oh, fuck. Nades, I'm kind of probably good with. I don't need nades. What I do need is a backpack. And I think some extra, I'll grab some extra ammo. I think I'm good. That should be good. Yeah, I could have killed them if that third fucking random scab didn't just walk in. And when I first jumped into the store, I got myself stuck between like a clothes rack and something else. And it kind of sucked because I couldn't get out without walking into them. It's funny when you see people like that, like a duo, that thinks they're invincible because they're together. They thought they can just walk in. Like, that guy thought he could walk right up to the window and just kill whoever's in there. He got head tapped immediately.
Whoa! Okay, look at that fan header! That was mind-blowing! We use upscaling to enhance the quality of everything from photos to games to nonsensical movie plots. But perhaps the most common use is the restoration of old or degraded videos. Now, the most basic upscaling techniques work by sampling each pixel and then multiplying it to match the desired new resolution. But that's only going to get you so far, and it certainly won't generate the kind of result we saw with the 4K 60 FPS remastered upload of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. So to learn more about how a 720p 30 FPS video managed to look this good, we reached out to Topaz, makers of the machine learning assisted upscaling software used for that project, and we used it to attempt a restoration of my first YouTube upload.
My name is Linus Sebastian, and today we'll be looking at the Sunbeam Tech Tunic Tower.
This is my last day to play on here without having to worry about cheaters, so just kind of fucking around right now. After this, I gotta run like super shitty kits because cheaters are gonna be all over Entertainment this weekend. No power, huh? What happened to the GPUs and computers? There's like none of them now. I think they literally took the GPUs out of computers. Bro? What? What the fuck is going on right now? It's like the site is off. Nobody, huh? no bitcoins anymore, no GPUs anymore. It's like they knew it's close to the weekend, so they yanked all the fucking good loot off the map real quick. I keep hearing someone. I don't know where they are. Like at all. I keep hearing them though.
Пиздец, мраки ебаные! Ты чё там, бля, вопишь, упырь? Вон он, сука!
This gun sucks. This gun sucks.
Сука, ёбнули нашего!
You don't see me, dude.
Блядь, тут нашего завалили!
Another guy coming up. Another scav. Pretty sure I just heard a PMC run by.
Иди, идиот, трахать тебя и всю семью, говно собак!
Well, some ratty fuck went through here and stripped everything. Somebody who doesn't want to shoot guns, who just wants to come in and grab shit and run. It's funny because the type of people that loot stuff like this without being seen or heard are also the type of people like the last guy that pushed out into the window and got head tapped immediately and thought he was completely out of my view. That's the type of people they are. They don't get in enough fights to know that they're like really fucking obvious. Hurry up. Because now the power is on. And stat players are in. Is there just not LEDXs in here anymore? Kind of killed the loot in this mall. I'm being honest here. Like I'm trying my hardest to check all the good spots and there's nothing. This gun sucks. I'm gonna grab something else.
As you saw already, the results are uneven, but there are some really interesting reasons for that, and on a slightly less challenging, but equally classic video, we managed some really amazing results. And we did it on the MSI Creator Z16P laptop that they provided along with a sponsorship of this fun and educational project. You can check this puppy out down below. Now, using software like Photoshop to denoise and upscale a still image is relatively simple, especially for a talented digital artist. But video, it's a whole other beast. Not only are you now dealing with thousands or even tens of thousands of frames, but if you want to target a modern video resolution like 4K, you could be attempting to create literally millions of pixels that weren't there before. Are you ready? This is going to be fun. I get to see it now. 21 gigs. Yeah, but 21 gigs? You're trying to take 5 megabytes and turn it into 21 gigabytes. This is the opposite of file compression. 7-zip needs this function. We make your files 2,000 times bigger. Oh God, this is nightmare fuel. I think a deep fake of a still might have actually been better. It looks like it's, you know those Photoshop filters that turn things into a painting? What is my hand doing here? What is this? You know what it looks like? It looks like Tomb Raider era graphics. Were there lines on my shirt because it had no idea what to do? My hands look like they're from Half-Life 1. My mouth is like over here. What's not really fair though, is I'm not actually comparing this to the original video. Ah, crap. How catchy is that?
Welcome to MCIX Tech Tips. My name is Linus Sebastian.
You know, looking at the original video makes me look at the upscaled one a lot more favorably. It was really bad. You know what? The copper heat pipes look better. And the shirt in certain spots, to be clear, I am not saying this is perfect. In certain spots, it is sharper. This looks sort of better, actually. The one good thing I'm taking away from this is that I think my hairline was always this receded then. Whoa! Okay. It has these little flashes of brilliance where you're like, oh no, that actually looks a lot better. You know, if I'm back here, you know, I'm like watching or whatever from my television, it looks a lot better. It really does look a lot better. Let's see if I can find a still where it's decent. It looks pretty awful, but let me explain why. First up is the fact that our original footage is just 240p. That's a total of 76,800 pixels to work with, which might sound like a lot of pixels, but most of them are just a blank wall behind me for the things that matter, like, say for example, capturing the expressions of the human eye. We've got about 20 pixels per eye, so good luck with that. Making matters worse, the original footage, which we unfortunately no longer have, was interlaced, and it was rendered without a proper conversion. For those of you who don't know, interlacing was a technique broadcasters used to increase the perceived frame rate and resolution of older footage. It works by drawing half of the picture first as a series of lines across the screen, then drawing the second series of lines to fill in the gaps and back and forth and so forth. CRTs and some plasma TVs were made with this in mind, and when you see I instead of P next to resolution, that means that it is interlaced. By contrast, progressive scan, P, refreshes the entire image with each cycle. So, I'm really sorry, young Linus. We tried, but that handycam you were using back then just ain't gonna cut it. Ah, it's okay, buddy. Don't even worry about it, guy. Luckily, we don't have to go too far to find something that was shot at a higher resolution. This is more along the lines of what Video Enhance AI is meant to work with. Now, they say they can handle as low as 480i without too much of this. But our famous fire truck video happens to be available in 720p, which should be even better than that. Now, because I'm a digital pack rat, I actually have the original footage for this. But we're gonna just download it from YouTube to show you guys what you could do with a simple free trial of the VEAI software. Now, of course, beefy hardware is gonna result in significantly faster renders, and those of you with older GPUs are gonna have a pretty hard time with this sort of workload. But the 3070 Ti in our Z16P managed to take our original footage and crank it up to 4K in just a couple of hours. And we could even cut that down if we sprang for the max spec Core i9 and RTX 3080 Ti configuration. Speaking of extra budget, we've got Swacket V2 in stock. It's neither sweater nor jacket. It's a Swacket. LTTstore.com. Now, VEAI has tons of different modes and features, so you might need to run it a few times to get exactly the result that you're looking for. But you can also run a quick render preview beforehand to see how it's going to pan out. Watch out, by the way, because this type of heavy workload will make your components pretty toasty. Fortunately, we didn't have a problem with the Creator Z16P thanks to its vapor chamber cooler, which would have been pretty awkward if they sponsored this video and it overheated. We settled on Artemis medium quality with a constant rate factor of 0. This adjusts the data rate. The lower it is, the higher the quality. We turned off film grain, although for footage that was originally shot on film, you might actually find that a little bit of grain will help it look more natural. And while you can set your target resolution to just scale up, which is ideal for 4:3 footage, we selected specific pixel counts. So we tried both 1080p and 4K. One more housekeeping item. We've got the 1 terabyte storage version of this machine, and if you're planning to do a lot of this, you might want to get one with more storage because the Land Rider RC fire truck unboxing ended up at a whopping 35 gigabytes, and that's before the 60 FPS conversion. So for that, we take our 4K footage, which is still at 30 FPS, we switch from recommended to all modes in VEAI, and then we use one of the 4 Chronos options. We're gonna go with V3, and go. Oh, remember how the upscaling was conjuring millions of pixels to add to our frames? Well, now we're creating entirely new frames, so as you guys can imagine, this might take a while. Now, the old way to do this was the frame blending method, which doubled the original frames, then blended them together. It's relatively simple to implement, but it typically results in a lot of motion jitter. Another option is optical flow, which analyzes the clips pixel by pixel, frame by frame, and then uses the directional changes between the 2 frames to create an in-between. It's pretty good, but you end up with pixel occlusion when it gets things wrong, and pixels from one frame can actually block existing pixels in the next one. VEAI Chronos is sort of like a beefed up optical flow. It's using extensive machine learning to predict the best intermediate frame between the existing ones, and they spent months training their neural network on tens of millions of frames to alleviate the pixel occlusion issues. We've got a few samples here so you guys can see them for yourself, and we're gonna have the full versions of these on floatplane.com for all of our subscribers over there. I've been told the results are good, but not perfect, and I think it's time to watch the fire truck video then? All right. Okay, I'm not gonna do that yet though. I'm gonna enjoy this in its 4K remastered glory. Doesn't handle motion very well, does it? that is kind of crazy. When it doesn't have to move, and when we're not looking at a human, it's kind of crazy sharp. Now, I don't actually have the original file next to it right now, but that seems really good, I think. Oh, wow. You know where you can really see it is the lines on my shirt, clearly aliased in the original version. And look at this blocking in the table here.
All right, guys, it's that time of the month. Your favorite time of the month. Riser cable integrated. Move the heat from his tower and his graphics card, which, as you can see here, it's a Liquid Devil 1600 XT. And he's got it going up some rigid pipes that are attached to his wall to I can't tell if that's a 360 or a 420, but regardless, it's got some brackets on the wall and a radiator mounted up near the roof, and then the fans are pushing air up. So I think what he's trying to do is take the heat out of the system and put it up into the top of the room where all the heat's going to rise to anyway. So I don't know if this was maybe inspired by Linus's old whole room liquid cooling thing. I feel like the only thing you could have possibly done that would have made this a little bit more effective, potentially, would be to bring it into another room.
I bet I won't get a GPU out of a PC. It's like they just stopped spawning on the PCs. It is what it is, though. I can change.
Пацаны, окружаем его! И всю семью, говно собачье! Клоп вонючий! Вон он, ты!
What is this? It's like the loot at the beginning of the week is better than the loot toward the end of the week. That's actually what I'm starting on this. Monday through like Wednesday, not bad. And then Thursday through Sunday fucking sucks. I've been checking these computers for days and I haven't gotten one GPU. The crazy part is that I think even the tech stores don't have GPUs anymore. Which I don't know why. I don't know why they take the GPUs out. You get one every now and then, but like, not like you used to. Like, there's nothing even on the shelf. It looks like someone actually came through here and looted it already, but I know they didn't. Because there's a Tetris here.
А вот тут друган мой бывал точно.
Three Tetris. I guess I can leave. I mean, that's a lot of shit.
служивый! Это наша точка!
Вон он, сука! Вон он, блядь!
Ге-ге, изи. Ты куда пошел?
Scavs are pissed off.
somewhere. Ultimately, though, I don't think this is going to help Temps in his space at all, because that heat is still going to rise to the top of the room, whether it came out of the case through fans or the radiator that's already up there. But one thing I want to keep in mind is that this is going to put a lot of head pressure on the pump, or the pump's going to need a lot of head pressure to push that much vertical height. So pumps are not only rated in flow rate, they're also rated in inches or centimeters, depending on the conversion, of head pressure or height that it can push, which means a vertical column of water can be pushed however many feet up against gravity. So yes, there is also, if it's pushing up, it's pushing liquid down, which will help it. But it looks like it has a single D5 in here in a reservoir combo that is also going through a water block, a lot of fittings, a lot of 90s, and a CPU block. So just a lot of things to keep in mind here with that. But I just thought that this was interesting, that in all the setups that I've said, hey, send us your setup, this is the first time I've seen anyone actually do an external routed radiator to go somewhere else to control the heat. What I'm curious about here, and I can see he has a little controller of some sort up there, is how he's getting power to his fans, or how he's controlling them, or if they're just on or off based on the temp. So it looks like we got a little wire right there, white wire coming down to something. Obviously the fans are not running right there. And then in this picture they are, because the computer's on, so he's clearly got it going to his computer somehow. But no, it's unique. And I like it, and I was looking to see if he posted any other pictures of some sort. Nope, there was a lot of discussion taking place on this. What I'll also do, because I have a copy of all these tweets, is I will put them down in the description, so if you want to go directly to their post on Twitter, you can have a conversation about it as well, instead of having to go and look. You know, simple things that I should have been doing all along. Okay, so this next one comes from Kedmiri, sorry. He says, I wanted to present my kind of a stealth setup for making music. And it was pretty obvious this is a music setup once you see it. But what really captured my attention with this one here is the absolute attention to detail with the wiring. This is an absolute OCD level of wiring. So the system's pretty standard, 5900X, an X570 Plus gaming motherboard, 32 gigs of RAM, an MSI GT 1030, he said, don't mind this one, LOL. Again, this is a music setup, this is not a gaming setup, and two 1TB M.2 Gen 4 NVMe's. So you can see he's got clouds, sound clouds above him. He's got Quark board, kind of a deal. So I know a lot about sound. Don't use my particular warehouse as an example of this. This was a mistake. And because I don't own this space, I wasn't going to be putting sound clouds and stuff up in the ceiling and putting a lot of money in this. So we just use a really good lavalier that rejects a lot of it. Anyway, moving on. I'm not sure what the difference is between these sound clouds on the right and left versus this one in the center, and the ones on the side directly on the right of him, which have these holes in there. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but you can see he's got bass traps in the corners. He's got standard reverb panels right behind his setup, but they're spaced away from the wall, not only to probably trap some of the sound between them and the wall as well, but they're also backlit, so they look really, really good. He's using those panels, those kind of a triangular shaped panels, which kind of bother me a little bit. I personally don't like shapes like that, but he's not using an abundance of it, which would be a problem, but he's using that to hide the wires and stuff, which is clearly coming off that wall panel. I like how he has his desk pulled away from the wall a little bit. It's not shoved up against the wall, but the fact that the tower is behind, okay, I get it. Some people would probably be very like, why are you putting the tower back there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, but it's not a gaming rig. It doesn't need to show or anything. It's just a productivity rig. It's behind a backboard on the desk, so you can't see it. All the wires are vertically staged to the point to where if he needed to change something out, he could easily trace the wire and unhook it. It's not like it's just, let's take all the wires and zip tie them all together, which means if you have to undo anything, you have to unclip it and it all falls apart. So it's easily manageable. All his power plugs are going to the same side. He's got what appears to be his wireless back there with the antennas all arranged in a way that actually looks somewhat pleasing. The entire desk setup, the wall setup, this would be like the ultimate live streaming setup, honestly too, just for the audio portions of it, because if it's set up well enough for him to do, he's got a keyboard here, and he's got a pop filter and a very nice mic setup. So I'm not sure if he does vocals as well as
obviously
anything on the keyboard. Maybe he does both.
Maybe you put a mic there just to look at it.
He's using his voice in that microphone in this space. So I'd love to hear a recording of what it actually sounds like in here, because this is, like, in my opinion, the ultimate setup when it comes to audio. Not only does he have the bass traps in front of him, he has the bass traps behind him. So reverb in this space is probably non-existent. And I bet you what was challenging with this, if you look at the roof, this could potentially be in a third story / attic. So you've got the, you've got the pitched roof, and you can tell that the wall is pitched in front of him. When you have a pitched wall in front of you, that's the worst case scenario, because of the fact that the sound is going to bounce right back at you. So you can see he's got the sound clouds hanging down low enough so that if it bounces off there, it's going to get trapped between the cloud and the roof above him. So Kedmiri, this is a gorgeous setup, and when I redo mine, I'm probably gonna use some of these ideas here. Okay, moving on here, we have OK Blackfire. And what I thought was interesting about this setup, what he did is he took two IKEA kind of like narrow bookshelves, the real narrow ones,